guy. Let me tell you this. My friend Stephen Healey. He's a super duper busy guy, especially today and all this week. How you doing, Stephen?
I'm fine, thank you, David. Good to be together again. Because it's 3 weeks since we last broadcast together. So, hello everybody. We are back. Yeah, it's a busy week this week because in addition to our regular shows, it's 5 days live.
Yeah,
5 days.
It just kind of snuck up on us.
It did. I mean, the last time we did it was back in May. So we've had the summer off plus a bit extra. And now the 8 of us now have got together, and we're doing 5 shows this week. We're going live on YouTube for the first time ever from Be Live, and that's making a difference to the quality.
Yeah, well, and that's an exciting time with Be Live. Of course, people have been wanting more of the features, and that was one of the things that was at the top of the priority list. Is we want to go live. Oh, this is great. I just wish I could go live on YouTube. I don't have an audience on Facebook, so here it is come to life.
It is, and it's Monday, and Dom has joined us.
Hey, Dom. And oh, look, the Fonz is here.
Yeah, he is.
Hey, Fonz.
Fonz will be with us tomorrow. David and I and Fonz are live at 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. And we'll be talking about repurposing,
Well, for those of you who don't know what 5 days live is, I know my friend Stephen Healey took the time to put together this video to explain it. Take a look.
And there you saw Brichetti, Marco, Linda, Tina, David, Lottie, and myself. And Fonz will be there too tomorrow. In fact, there is a special edition of the video where the Tuesday is the 3 of us. But I won't release that until tomorrow because.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited, and because Tina, I don't think I haven't really met her yet.
Right. No, Tina's was I think in the last 5 days live. Tina and Lottie are Ladies Go Live, and so is Brichetti actually. That's another. There you go. Question from Dom.
Oh yeah, we can do coffee anytime you want. We just got to look at the schedule, Dom. Happy to do that. Fonz is saying keeps going out of sync and hear you twice. Okay. Me or Steven? Or both?
This is it. It's oh God. Hello everybody who's watching us. If you can hear us and see us normally, then type a 1. If you're having problems, then type a 2. And that will help us resolve whatever the problem happens to be.
This would be a good time for me to pretend that I can't hear you, or
no, that wouldn't work at all.
Test Buck.
No.
Yeah, don't do that.
No. Don't. We've got enough problems without creating them. Yeah, especially in the UK at the moment. I know you've had your election. Our election is in 2.5 weeks' time,
Oh
and
yes.
there's fake news everywhere, and it's just they're having leaders debates where the leaders actually debate and are asked questions by either an interviewer or by the audience. And when our prime minister said he should be trusted, the audience burst into laughter, which is not unusual. But then the BBC decided that they would actually show a clip from that on the news, and they took out the laughter. So
Oh,
yeah, so yes, it just by accident. It was a complete accident, David. You've got to understand this. We didn't mean to do it, but we actually got rid of the laughter.
I don't know what to tell you. That's
You can't
just
make it up. You
what
cannot make it up.
is the media really like twisting things, and why?
Right. The why is because our newspapers in the main are political and aligned to either the Conservative Party or the Labour Party, and they therefore want to put a spin on everything that's said. And their own party is as white can be, and the other party are devils. Take it from there. Right.
Well, I'll tell you, it's interesting because well, the world of new media, i.e., Facebook and YouTube and Twitch, are ways to combat that, I guess you could say. Especially on Twitch, I really see a lot of it's more Americanized, but I see a lot of conversations going on about, of course, impeachment of Donald Trump right now.
Yeah.
But everyone that I watch, you can find, and they have great followings. So there's no agenda. There's no agenda other than getting viewers. But you just say politics on Twitch and you'll just get viewers, right?
Right.
And so that kind of kiboshes the whole agenda thing. Over here we talk, the difference between CNN and Fox News, right? CNN hates Trump and Fox News tends to soften the blow a little bit.
They do.
It's just, I don't know. Why can't we just tell the truth? Does the truth hurt so much?
The truth is not entertaining.
Well, I guess
it's all about selling newspaper columns or selling adverts, and it's all about what you're. Heaven forfend, but I do feel that some newspapers have ulterior motives.
Absolutely.
It's it's a world that we're. The only way to change it is for us to stop reading. Yeah.
Right.
If you stop watching something or you stop buying a newspaper or whatever, then that's the only action you can actually take, is to sort of walk away. Then, I mean, Facebook and Twitter and YouTube are all trying to get to the truth. I mean, the latest on YouTube is Copper.
Yes.
COPPA, which is basically they want you to broadcast to say whether your content is suitable for people under 13, children under 13. And you've got to sign up, and you've got three choices. You've got yes, it is, no, it isn't, or let me decide video by video. Now, if you go for the third option, you're actually giving yourself extra work, because every time you go live, you've got to say whether it's suitable for under 13 under or not. So the easiest thing to do is to say no, because then you don't get bothered again, and you can never be on the wrong side of the under 13 situation. I mean, if you and I were, we said this show's under 13 because we don't talk about anything, but if you and I were starting to cuss or say something which should only be discussed after 9 o'clock, then we've fallen foul. And YouTube has said, if you fall foul, it's not our fault. Yeah, we will. People can prosecute you if you say anything which can be considered out of turn. So they're making broadcasters truly liable for their content, and YouTube have no responsibility whatsoever.
Yeah, which I'm not sure is why shouldn't they have some responsibility? They're providing the service. I don't know. That's a topic of debate, right?
It is. It is.
And I don't know. I've sort of it's funny how you say what's suitable after 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock in what part of the world?
Well, this is the problem, and this brings me to a real world thing. And we know our two friends in where is it? I'm going to think of their names in a minute. That would be good, wouldn't it? Our two friends.
Probably.
Right, let's leave it at two friends because then we're not naming names. They decided they would have a show, and the topic of the show was sex. Yeah.
Okay.
So in order not to offend anybody, they timed it to go out. This is to your point. They timed it to go out at 10 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. Which of course is after the watershed on the East Coast. However, as you just said, somewhere around the world is before 9 o'clock. Because we're 24/7 around the globe. And if you go out at 10 o'clock at night, you're going out at 7 o'clock in the morning somewhere else.
Right.
And you cannot defeat a watershed now. You can't say with a global audience, you can't say I'm going to go live after the watershed because there is no watershed because you said global. Yeah.
Yeah. I was well, it's interesting. And this is where my brand is a little different on Twitch. I'll probably be talking about this on an upcoming show on Twitch. Because there's a lot of topics in the topic that can be debated. I just posted a link on our page here to it's a YouTube link. So Facebook will probably delete it. Daryl Eves is somebody that I follow on Facebook or YouTube rather, and he's thousands of subscribers, and he's got like 579,000 subscribers. He just put this video out on the 24th. It's already got 43,000 views, and it's called "What the FTC Commissioners Told My Attorney About COPPA." So he has a gentleman that is a friend of his, but is his former attorney, and then his friend, the attorney. He does a lot of civil litigation, but he's also specifically a YouTube attorney. He's so he's very understanding of the topic, and it's a 1 hour video, but it's definitely worth a watch if you want to understand more do's and don'ts. And this isn't a video, somebody just says, oh, I'm going to make a do or do not video and give an opinion. This is kind of coming right from the horse's mouth kind of thing and what to be concerned about. And in saying all of that, like we used to just say back in the day, like in the 70s, when, even early 80s, when we watched television, there was a caption that came on channel 2 or 4 or whatever. It said, it's 8 o'clock. Do you know what your children are watching? And that started at 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
It's 6 o'clock. And then every hour they'd say that. And it was just a public service announcement. So it was a responsibility of who? The parents. Oh, the parents of what your children watch. And I mean, you don't let them watch XXX.com at, like, it's just, so we put the responsibility on the broadcaster. Well, I guess I believe in that. I teach that in my class, accountability and responsibility. When you get in front of that camera, I relate it to them like what Spider-Man's Uncle Ben said, with great power comes great responsibility.
Spider-Man. How do we get there?
I just took it there. But it's true. Like you and I know this. We sit in front of this camera when I do my show. When I'm out like you have a responsibility to represent appropriately. Now, I guess, but everybody see here's the problem with all of this.
Okay.
Everybody's got an opinion.
Well, yes,
right?
they do.
And if yours wants to be the wrong one, I'm okay with that. I don't mean you, Stephen. I just
no, I didn't take it being personal.
But that's the thing. Everybody's got an opinion, and the government's getting their hand in it now. And well, did I'm not surprised by any of this. Are you?
No. But I just think that it's you can't think in your own time zone. You've got to think globally. And if you're going to put a program out about sex, then just do it. Is all I'm saying. But please do it after 9 o'clock in the UK.
Right. What was that? I mean, there used to be a lady on television, the Sue Johansson, I think was her name.
Okay.
And it was the Sunday night sex show.
Right.
And it was on cable television.
Mm-hmm.
And it was controversial, but it wasn't only because it had the word sex in it. Right. But it was a very tastefully done show on sex in relationships. Yes, she was a little short lady. Well, I forget what her accent was, but she was wonderful. Yeah. Or Dr. Ruth Westheimer. Do you remember her?
Yes, I do. That's a name that's known globally. Yes.
Yeah. So
there we have it.
I don't know what how well this all starts January, right?
It does. It does come into play in January, and then, as I said, if you do have a video which shouldn't be seen by children, and it is, then it's your fault, and people can pursue you accordingly. I mean, I can't argue against child safety online.
Absolutely.
I think this is a step in the right direction. But the effect it's going to have straight away is that if you've got a show which you feel at any time might slip into swearing or topics which children shouldn't hear about, then you've got a decision to make, and it's going to lessen the possibly the quality, but certainly the quantity of videos that can actually be watched by children.
So here's a thought I just had.
Mm-hmm.
We play video games.
Yeah.
And we have a rating system for video games.
Yeah.
Much similar to the rating system for movies.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's the industry. There's This is E for everyone. This is T for teen. This is M for mature. I, the creator of that game, am not held responsible for whether or not that gets into a child's hands. I've done my thing. It's been rated. Now it's up to you, the parent or guardian or whatever the case may be, to not allow your 8-year-old to play Grand Theft Auto.
Indeed.
So,
true.
And the movie theater is, I guess you go to the movie theater in person, they can tell you, no, you can't go to that. Like we used to try to sneak into rated R movies. And if we did, we went to school and we said, I got into that rated R movie the other day. It was awesome. Right.
Yeah.
So why is this different? Why can't that just be rated as, and much like television or video games or whatever, there's a disclaimer at the beginning, like on Twitch, that you can turn on a disclaimer that says mature audience.
Mm-hmm.
That could mean there's going to be a bunch of swearing, or we're going to talk about, or it's Grand Theft Auto, whatever that is. Is this really any different? Why can't we? I don't know. I guess it's just still one of those things too, where probably even the FTC and whoever else has their fingers in it, they're trying to figure it out too. What's the right approach?
But it's the FTC actually setting global rules effectively.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Yeah, and that's not fair.
No, it's not. No.
Well,
Okay.
it'll be interesting to see. Link posted out there, folks. If you want to learn more about what COPPA is and the FTC getting involved in YouTube, there's a link to check out. Barry is here saying hello. Hello, Barry. Hope you're having a good week, buddy. And Kevin Jack was out there. I don't know if he still is, but he was I don't know. Don't edit me out, bro. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what he's saying. But Kevin Jack from WeStream. Yeah. So yeah, a busy week ahead with the 5 days live, which is always, some of the topics are topics that we've touched on before, but there's so much changes all the time with these topics that it's good to revisit. But I noticed the one about green screening coming up. That's a new one. Yeah.
I actually removed my green screen today from the background so I didn't confuse people. And what I'm going to do after the show is compare what it looks like with the green screen and without the green screen.
Oh, okay.
It's a bit of experimenting going on. And if you can you just take my name off for a second?
Yeah.
Because I spent thousands getting that logo embroidered on that jacket.
Oh, okay.
It's getting covered up. It's okay. Put it back now.
I can't see. I still can't.
You can't see.
Well, I see there is something, but I can't read what it says. Let me put you in big screen here.
Can you not see it?
Oh, live video hub. Okay, now I can see.
There you go. Thank you.
Very cool. Very cool.
You're
branded. Stephen is branded.
I'm branded. I've got a live video hub on this fleece. I've got a live video hub on my winter jacket. I've got a live video hub on a cap. And all for $70. How's that? Now,
wow. Where did you do that?
We've got a local store which
okay.
supplies to the forces and to local groups, and they put together this special offer. Angelica's got one. It doesn't say live video hub though. It says Angelica's German tuition and translation.
Wonderful. Oh, Kelly has a question. Are they doing this for Periscope too? Because some of the stuff I have seen on it live makes me shake my head.
The Periscope is the Wild West. And there are certain other sites which we won't name for fear of... I mean, people broadcast whatever they like. I mean, you know, it's... Yeah. Mm.
I don't watch Periscope, really. I used to broadcast on it. But now...
Yeah. I still do occasionally, but it's not a place you'd actually go and watch video. If you're going to go and watch video, you go to YouTube, Vimeo, or Twitch. Yeah?
Yeah.
Those are three main places to actually, or three of the main places to actually watch video.
See, what I'd like to do is, and maybe you can help me with this. Corinner says, I'm making a book on live streaming. Oh, cool. Do you have a date set for a release date set for that? I'd be curious to know. You used to be able to do Facebook audio.
You did.
And it's not there anymore, or at least it's not there for iPhone.
It's there on Android.
It's there on Android.
Yep.
And but that was a payback, folks.
It's one of the rare occurrences of Android.
So because here's what I want to do. I like at the Sting games, right? When I'm during the game, I'm not allowed to actually broadcast the game.
Okay.
But I'm like, well, how can I go live while the game's on where I'm not breaking any rules at the game and they'll let me go? And I was like, oh, well, Facebook audio. So if I were to go buy a device with the same name as yours, then I could do it, right?
Yeah, you could do it. Alternatively, right, big change this week. This week, which we should talk about.
Sure.
Is that Facebook have stopped picture-in-picture. Now, when you think about that, you think, Maury Smith is live with...
Oh, yeah?
Can't happen anymore. You cannot have a guest live with you on Facebook mobile video.
Oh.
They've stopped it. The experiment is finished. It's over. It's done. You can still go live on your own, but you can't go live with a friend.
Well, advantage to others.
Well, basically, I've got thoughts on this. My thoughts are as follows.
Okay.
If Facebook are withdrawing from the two people on screen scenario, then logic dictates that they must allow other people to go as they do, two people on screen, as we're doing now. Yeah.
Right.
But they've withdrawn it from the mobile area too. Yeah. So do you think, quite possibly, that they will allow any video system to go live from the mobile, two people on screen?
Do you think they will?
I think it might happen. Well, they're not doing it. I mean, the reason for them keeping the picture-in-picture to themselves was to stop any competition. Now that they've dropped out of picture-in-picture, it's an open gate that people are going to go drive through. Yeah. You and I know people who would want to say, right, okay, yeah, we'll start. We know that technically there is no problem with using the platform we're on at the moment and going live on your iPad or your Android tablet. It's technically it's possible.
Right.
Yeah. So my first thought is that that's a possibility, that other players might be led into going live from your mobile, which is an awesome opportunity for, let's be fair here, for Be Live, for StreamYard, for
right.
Zoom.
You mean like actually being able to create the show from your mobile?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I
Yep.
see it. I got you.
And the second thing to look out for is that VidPresso were bought by Facebook.
Oh,
weren't they? About 18 months ago now.
I forgot about that. Yes.
Yeah, and VidPresso are actually developing their own picture-in-picture system, two-person system. So we might well see that the VidPresso system comes to the fore as well.
Right.
Yeah, I went
well,
in there.
I certainly don't think I'd have a problem with being able to go live, create a show from my iPad using Be Live. I know that's what lots of people would want, because I have another system that I use, Switcher Studio, which is fantastic for mobility, but I can't bring in somebody live.
No.
Like I can't have a remote guest. They do have a feature, but it's a little complicated still, and they want you to pay more. And I'm like, well, anyway, I'm already using Be Live. And I have something coming in January that we're going to be doing. Myself and another friend, Jake, are starting a sports show in January, and we're looking to have a local location sponsor us, and we'll go live from their location and do the show from their location, which is great. But then, so to have mobility, I'd sooner have an iPad than a laptop and all this stuff. So you try to figure out all those logistics.
Yeah.
So get on it, Be Live, would you please?
May I will answer your question. I mean, I'm just putting my hands up here. This is guesswork.
Yes.
It's guesswork. We don't know. We haven't a clue. We're just surmising what would the best possible outcome of this, and people are commenting and saying, I don't know what.
Yeah. I always go live where I'm out and about. Yeah, well, that's the thing. And that's something I don't do often enough when I'm out and about doing stuff. I said I should be going live more, because we do have it in the mobile, right? And have the capabilities. So, well, that's interesting. Now you got me all worked up.
Good. Well, it's a possibility. We're just going to have to chase it down and hope that it happens. It's on the Christmas wish list anyway.
Yeah.
To go live from mobile.
For sure. Critter says, yeah, he uses it too. Getting used to it. He also uses Live to Air Solo. Yeah. Yeah, there's a few mobile apps out there that are great, for going live on mobile, so you can add in lower thirds and graphics and stuff. But they're still not. But those you can't bring in a guest either. So we know it's possible. Because Facebook teased us with it.
Yeah, there are so many options to go live solo. Yeah, OBS, vMix, XSplit, any mobile app. But it's when you actually want to bring a second or a third person in, it gets horrendously complicated. And you've got people being brought in via Skype. Don't know why people would do that, but that's one of the ways to get in. To have a simple system that you could use, that you would used to on desktop, on verbal, on your mobile, would be brilliant. Just saying.
Yeah. Well, and again, we know it's possible technically. I mean, you even see things like a peer.in, which is it's called Whereby now or whatever. You know, you can share a link and have 4 people on screen, but that doesn't go out publicly. That's a private room, right?
Yeah.
So if we could just add that aspect. Once again, here we are. If we could just take this one over here, this one here, this one here, and do the messy thing.
Yeah, you brought up a great point there. Why on earth did Appearing change their name to Whereby?
I guess it was a branding thing. That I remember seeing a message about it.
Yeah.
But I liked Appear.
It was a legal thing.
Might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought might have been.
Okay.
Corinder's saying, I thought vMix you can bring 2 people with call. Well, I think you can from a desktop.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not mobile.
Agreed.
Like not from your mobile. We're talking about from your mobile device.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whether it's an iPhone or an Android.
Right.
That's a genuine Android.
He said the A word again.
Yeah. I did.
Well, that's interesting. Back to that Android thing, because I mean, I can buy a little cheapo tablet Android or whatever, and when I'm at the game, I could just it doesn't have to be a cell phone or anything. I just got to connect to Wi-Fi and I can go live on Facebook then.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that for a while, so I'll have to check that out.
Switch your camera off. Go live on Facebook. Switch your camera off.
What you mean natively?
Can you switch your camera off?
I don't think so.
All right. Okay.
Well, folks, shall we try it?
Go on then. All right, David's going live, and hello to Ronnie and Corinda.
Hello, Ron. Ron's another loyal fan here. So this would so I'm gonna go live.
This is live.
This is live.
Experimenting. And
where do I go here? Oh, there we go. See, now I wish mobile screen sharing would be nice too.
This wish list is getting longer. Yeah. Just to talk about today's show, as David did while David's fettling. Today's show was about show promotion with Brigitte Limbanda and myself, and the replay is on YouTube. And I just got to say, I cannot believe the quality of the audio and video. We're using exactly the same setup as we do when we go live on Facebook, but when it goes to YouTube, it brings a whole new meaning to the quality of the experience. The main difference being, of course, that when we go to Facebook, we can only go to 720p, whereas on YouTube, we go 1080, and the resolution is automatically selected by BeLive to give the best quality. And it's incredible. It's HD. It's the best experience.
And I thought that for some reason Facebook was going 1080p. I read that. I thought I read that somewhere.
Not for mere mortals.
Oh, okay.
It's only for special people.
Okay. We the pheasants don't count.
We pheasants do not count. Celebrities and such have got 1080p.
Right.
Yeah. Because they've got to look good all the time, obviously. Whereas
yeah.
I don't know what the argument is. Well, obviously, storage cost is one thing.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. And the other thing, while I'm here, and Kelly's here too, is that when people watch you on YouTube, they stay longer.
Oh
yeah. I mean, you obviously got to be talking about something. You've got to have the right content and the right
people.
But it is turning out to be I think it's going to be a winner. Yeah, we know we did that. I know you're still on Twitch. I'm not going to gainsay Twitch, but I think that there are going to be the numbers on YouTube. Yeah, that we're actually going to get to a level where there are enough people broadcasting on YouTube for it to be a success. That's my prediction.
Well, there's a you can't just go. I shouldn't say can't. It's not common to just go on one platform and just be on one platform and be a full-time streamer.
No.
You have to repurpose. And what I say by repurposing, we'll talk more about this tomorrow, but repurposing isn't just taking this video and uploading it to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, there's a full version of this, or my show gets uploaded, but you have to create different things to the like little teaser snippets, or you have to still put some work into that. And we talked about this in my class the other day, and Harris Heller, who's live on Twitch, or Alpha Gaming on YouTube, is a fantastic success story. Creators who are going live on Twitch should ultimately also be using YouTube. When he goes live on Twitch, he's just hanging out or he's playing games.
Yeah.
Here's how he put it. When you go live on Twitch, that's where you spend time engaging with your audience, building relationships, and having an impact on a community that you've built. YouTube is for discoverability.
Mm-hmm.
Discoverability, because it's a search engine tool, right?
Yes.
So he creates videos on 5 tips for new streamers, or 10 things not to do on Twitch, or whatever the topic is, and he does 10 to 15-minute videos, tutorials, if you will, on how to be a live streamer. Right. That's where he puts that over there. When he's live on Twitch, he might answer, oh yeah, I like this microphone, or don't do this, do that. But what he does when he's live is he's building a community, building relationships. And so the two tools work hand in hand, I guess is what I'm saying. But YouTube is discoverability and Twitch is for engagement. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yep. I mean, that's, yeah.
Yep.
As I said, I'm not going to gainsay. Right. Okay. Where should we go next?
Well, I'd like to go to, I'll tell you where I am going to go. We're going to go to Las Vegas.
Okay.
Jennifer and I are going to Las Vegas a week before Christmas. Yeah. And she's never been. I've been like 8 times. This will be like my 9th time. So, just a little mini vacation before Christmas. So, looking forward to that. We haven't been away since our honeymoon 2 years ago. So we're like, yeah, it's time to go.
Just a minute. What about the road trip?
What road trip?
You did a road trip with your son.
Oh, that was last year. Yeah, that's right. It was,
yeah. You see.
Yeah, but Jennifer and I have not been.
Oh, right, the two of you. Okay.
Yeah. We're leaving the BOY at home this year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, looking forward to that. See, the problem is, there's one of the things about being self-employed. Sometimes you don't own the business owns you.
If you're not careful, yes. Yeah,
and being a one-man show, and of course, and having obligations to, like Sarnia Sting, for example, that, like I had to pick a time where there's no Sting games, right? I'm a little fortunate. I do from time to time, like Jake Chersky's actually going to look after this Friday, the Sarnia Sting game, and Jason can't be there to produce, so I kind of had to rig it up so that it's kind of simple and Jake can do it, because I got a sports commentator basketball game the same night. So now I'm having to be in 2 or 3 places at once.
Yeah, you could clone yourself,
Yeah, well, I'm working on that. His name is Jason.
Yeah.
If that's what he wants to do, right? So I mean, he's got college and he's working somewhere else too, and so it needs fun time in a young man's life, right? When you're trying to figure out, what am I going to do with my life?
Totally, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what Karina's saying. It's fanatic, or did he mean fantastic? I don't
I think he will go with fantastic.
know. Okay. Oh, Karina says he's been watching NBA. Do you have a favorite team? You keep losing. Which team keeps losing?
I don't follow NBA, so I don't really know. I follow football. And
Soccer or football?
Football. In the UK, it's football. We don't do
Okay.
soccer. We do football. And my team, which is Burnley, up near Manchester, is 6th in the top league at the moment, which is quite amazing. And I just wish them every success for the rest of the season.
Right. I don't watch football. Your football. I don't watch our football. I did. I did last night after a Sting game. We had a Sunday game, and pardon me, Danny Cochamilio, that was my co-host yesterday. I lost the bet because the Sting lost, so we went to Brownstones, a little local restaurant pub, and had some fun there. Oh, pardon me. And Kevin Jack says props to J-Man. Yeah, he's come a long way since. He's been working with me since he was like 15 years old. Right now he's 19, even 14 years old. So he's learned a lot. And I mean, even Kevin and Brandon from WeStream have had him go do things on his own, and still working on the driver's license. So Kevin, I don't know what the problem is there. Corinda says, he likes the Warriors. Okay. Well, and speaking of football, our football, we did have the Grey Cup was on yesterday. Okay. And it's like a Canadian Super Bowl, if you will. I guess that's probably the best way to describe it. Kevin Jack could probably tell you better. It was Hamilton Tiger Cats and see, there you go. So much I don't pay attention. Winnipeg Blue Bombers. And Winnipeg won, which I was disappointed. I actually thought Hamilton would have, but at the end of the day, I left and I didn't really care.
Well, that's the thing. Care. If you to actually watch a match, no matter what the sport is, you've got to be involved at some level. Yeah. Watching a match as a neutral, if you're watching the two best teams in the world, then okay, I'll go with that. But any other game, a normal run-of-the-mill weekly game, then you've got to barrack for somebody. You've got to be able to cheer for somebody to give you an interest.
Okay? Yeah. It's when you're in the moment of the sports, right? I guess when you have your team and you get excited and you're going, you're oohs and ahs and all that stuff, right? I get when I first started doing the Sting, it was like, okay, I'm here, I'm doing a job, and I have to learn about hockey and stuff. And then a couple times up in the media booth as things progressed and they let me closer to the top, pardon me. You can't help but, watch the team and get excited and whatever. But when you're in the media booth, you're not really supposed to go, woo, yeah. You're there, you're in professional mode. And I did it a couple of times and they're all looking at me and I was like, oh, sorry. They're, laughing. Oh, Burrows is getting excited over there. Right. But when you're sports commentating something, like when I do the basketball, it's you do have to bring in some excitement to it, right? But you still have to show a balance to both teams. You gotta give a little bit more to the home team because that's where you're at, but you still got to give sort of the same props to the other team. So you have to be careful there. But the excitement in the voice is certainly a big factor.
I can understand that.
Corinda was asking, sorry to change topic, Stephen, who do you think will win on December 12th in general elections? Who do you think will win, or who do you want to win is maybe a better question. We were talking a little bit about that.
We were talking a moment ago about newspapers, and it is important who the newspapers back to some degree. And today, the London Times, the Times, and tomorrow the Sun, which large circulation in the UK still, are going with Labour. And my heart says Lib Dems, Liberal Democrats, but that's not going to be. So my second choice would be Labour, and hopefully, Corinda, Labour will win, and we'll see the end of two things. One, we'll see the end of austerity, which has lost us thousands of doctors and thousands of nurses in the last 10 years. And we'll see an end to austerity. And also, we see an end to Brexit, and we'll stay in the EU. So my vote will be, well, my vote is Lib Dem, but my heart is with Labour in terms of they're getting in on December 12th. Corinda, if you're willing to say so, how will you? Right, okay, there you go.
There you go. There's your
You
answer.
answered the question before I'd asked it. Yeah, it's a lot less complex if Labour win.
Tony Blair was on Sky News today. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, he was. He was telling us that both Conservatives and Labour Party are not worth voting for.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, we've got to a situation now where people can tell lies, politicians can tell lies, and they can be found out within 24 hours. Now,
right.
The government. I've got this backed up in writing, otherwise I wouldn't say it. The government stated in their manifesto, which was released on a Sunday, so that nobody would report on it. Yeah, most manifestos are released during the week, so that people can report on them. Said that they were going to have 50,000 additional nurses in place. Yeah. And if you voted for the Conservatives, then you get 50,000 additional nurses. Okay. What they don't say is the following, that tens of thousands of nurses have left the nursing profession since the Conservatives came to power. And then you've got to ask, well, how is that 50,000 made up? Okay. They said 50,000 new nurses. 18,500 are stopping people from leaving. So 18,500 are still in a job, and they're going to try and persuade them not to leave. Yeah. Another 10,000 will take 10 years to train and won't be available for 10 years' time. So actually announcing 50,000 new nurses is a downright lie, and that's the state of it. Strange times we're living, David.
Yeah. We're doing okay here in Canada.
Well, another 2 weeks and a day, and you won't hear anything about politics, because then we'll close down for Christmas and we won't talk politics at all. Yeah. And it won't really matter, because Christmas is about family and getting together, and we can forget all about politics.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting time. So, and I think, well, a lot of it has to do with social media, right? I mean, the different tools that, used to say, oh, times have changed. From the 20s, the parents there said, you kids, and now it's just different kids. But it really is different because of technology coming into our hand, right?
Yeah.
And, children are born with a device in their hand, where we sort of progressed into it, right? And, it's interesting.
Yeah, we've watched it and been involved in it, been part of it. We're part of history.
Yeah.
From that first Commodore PET until now.
Yeah. Corinder says MP of Canada is Jagmeet Singh, or someone, don't know who. No, he's not the MP of Canada. He is the leader of the NDP party in Canada.
Yes.
Who ran for he was running for prime minister of the party, right? However, and this is always interesting, when the parties all battle it out and they say nasty things about each other, and then when whoever wins, then they collaborate with another party, those two parties sit down and start shaking hands. And however, I will say Jagmeet Singh, I think I'm saying his name right. I like him in the sense that, and I won't go too far into my thoughts, but I like him in the sense that he's sitting now. So the new Democratic Party is sitting down with the Liberal Party, Justin Trudeau, and saying, well, okay, we'll work together, but you got to give me some stuff. I want this and this and this. So there is some representation coming from the NDP party that they were hoping to get in to do certain things anyway. So now they're saying, okay, Justin Trudeau, yes, you need some things from us, and he needs them on. He really needs them on his side because of voting power. Yeah. Because it's not a majority government, and so. Or did I say that right? Anyway, they need to work together, and the NDP party's not just lying down and saying, "Yeah, okay." They're like, "Okay, you want us, so you better give," right? So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But I just always find it interesting how you say nasty things about me, but now we're going to sit down and shake hands and look each other in the eye.
it's like two boxers getting into the ring, having the fight, and then going for a drink afterwards.
Right. I still don't get that one either.
Well,
good fight. Thanks for beating the hell out of me. You're like, I don't...
baseball teams and teams globally, once the match is over and won or lost, then they can be friends again.
Well, I can see it in hockey or baseball or something, but boxing, it's like you just beat on me and I got the beating of my life. Thank you. Good fight. Yeah. Right. It's just a sport I never understood.
It's just a sport.
I've done MMA fighting, like, well, not me. I mean, I've done the announcing. Yeah, not me. I've done the announcing for it, so I've been up and close to those fighters, and sometimes you're just like, wow, you really hate this guy, and you want to just beat the living,
Be Jesus, actually.
And then they do go have a drink. I'm like, you were so angry in the ring.
They're just actors, David. That's top and bottom of it. Yeah.
Oh, the MMA fighters. Oh no, they're not just actors.
Right.
They're fighters. This is real deal. Real deal. Wrestlers, yes, they're actors. Whole other topic. We could get into that.
We could, and Corinda could join us on that one too.
Yes, he's a wrestling fan.
He is. Yeah.
Have you ever been to a live wrestling match?
No. No, I mean, back in the day, I used to watch it on television on a Saturday afternoon. Saturday afternoon on television used to be sports from 12 o'clock through till 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And that was it. And if it was, that was where every sports fan would be watching a sports show that ran for 6 hours, had 7 different sports in it.
Yeah.
And you just chill out for the afternoon watching soccer and whatever happens to be on at the time.
Yep.
That's gone.
ABC's Wild World of Sports.
Yep, that's gone, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah. Now we only watch sports. When we watch a soccer match or a football match, we'll not watch a cricket match if you like cricket. But you won't watch a program which has a mixture of sports in it.
Not usually. Well, and that's just changed with technology, right? The cable companies come in, and now you've got, now Sportsnet. I'm curious to see their numbers. Because that's where, of course, Don Cherry was had coach's corner. It was Sportsnet that decided to fire him, and people are still up in arms about that. I gave a little bit of an opinion on it at yesterday's Sting game. I hadn't put anything out on Facebook or anything about where I stood with all that. I like to absorb it all in, and I kind of like to see, okay, what's this one going to do and that one going to do, and then I kind of try to. They shouldn't have fired him.
The thing that has changed is money. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what were sports have now become multi-million-dollar industries.
Yes.
Certainly football. Football in the UK is controlled by Sky. Yeah. They basically say we want matches on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Now, in the old days, all the matches would have been on Saturday afternoon, starting at 3 o'clock, and by 5 o'clock, you knew all the results. Now it's phased, so there are shows to watch 4 days a week out of the 7, and it's Sky Sports who decides which ones they're going to show live and how much they're going to pay for the privilege of doing so. Used to be that football used to be on the national broadcaster on BBC.
Okay.
And the BBC had rights. Now, there are certain sports which the BBC still has rights to. And if I mention them, you'll know them. That's the Premier League, Wimbledon, the Grand National, and there's possibly another one as well. But those three, nobody can have. The BBC have got those on terrestrial television, and they're the crown jewels, and they cannot be touched, and nobody can take them away. I think that's the way it should be. There are certain national treasures which you want to keep on terrestrial, even if it's digital. And we've got those three. We do have Premier League football. We do have, not live, but we do have it. We've got the Grand National, and we have Wimbledon, and I think the Olympics as well.
Okay. All right.
Do you have any sports which are still where they used to be, or have they all gone?
I don't know. I think it's all, like I say, it's all been like spread out between, the hockey channel or the football channel you still have your Sunday, your Sunday afternoon football and your like football, American football, Sunday football, Monday night football, and occasionally Thursday night football. Right. I think it's Thursday night too. So they have their set days for that. Hockey is Monday, and I can't remember, but they have their certain designated days, and they do try to respect each other and not get in each other's way for obvious reasons, right?
Indeed.
So,
yeah.
But it's certainly a lot different than where it was back in my day and your day.
Indeed.
Sure.
Before money talked.
Yeah, well, money isn't everything, but it's up there with oxygen. You kind of need it to live.
You do.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah. Well, we've certainly covered a lot of wow. There's an agenda for you today, folks. We've certainly went all over the place there. And I'm glad Steven stopped me earlier because I know I started talking repurposing, and then he was like, "Shh, leave it for tomorrow."
No, that's tomorrow's show. That's definitely tomorrow's
That's right.
show. You can catch David and I at 12 p.m. Eastern tomorrow on YouTube. Links plastered all over Facebook. If you can't find us, message myself or David, and we'll tell you exactly where we are. And then what we're going to do is download the videos. They will then be available on Facebook as premieres once we've got the time to do it. So right. Premiere next week on Facebook.
Okay. All right.
Because it takes time to organize it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But that's good to know. They will be allowed on, or you uploaded onto Facebook after the fact. And then can you use, anyway.
No, go on.
No, I was going to say, can you use repurpose for that?
No.
Oh,
you can't. Because you're not allowed to download videos from YouTube. Well, sorry, and that's not true. Just cut that bit, David.
Tomorrow.
Third-party programmers cannot download YouTube videos.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
If Animura has said, and if Animura says it, then I believe him.
Yeah, he would know.
Yeah.
He would know. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching us. Hope you enjoyed the show. And if you did enjoy the show, give us a 10 in the comments below. And if you didn't enjoy us, do nothing but come back and give us a second chance. It's nice to be back together with you. I know has it been a couple of weeks?
It's been a couple of weeks. And thank you to Dom for joining for the last 2 weeks, and really enjoyed the chat. Good luck with the book. And from Wiltshire in England is goodbye for now.
Right. And from Sarnia, Ontario, Canada, thanks everybody for watching. I'll be live later this afternoon on the Show with David Burrows page at 3:30, talking to some local community members. Until next time, bye-bye for now.
Bye.